a smart city framework. I'm not going into the details of what a smart city is, but how technology is enabling smart cities is to improve operational effectiveness. And that's where we can see that the lives and properties and the damages are being reduced when we know that there is some natural calamity that's going to happen. You may ask me that we couldn't predict a pandemic. Yes, it's the world over. That's the phenomena. Unfortunately, we couldn't predict because it is something still a matter to be investigated, whether it is man-made or whether it is natural. In either case, it was not predicted by anyone. If somebody has played a fool around, probably we'll get to know in the near future. And thanks to the technological advancements that we have, we will get to know of it sooner than later. While we are talking about pandemic, while we talk about smart city a little bit later, let's talk about the pandemic and the post-pandemic scenario. Just rewind a little bit back and see how much time has it taken for the world to come out with a vaccine for anything in the past, be it for a cure for tuberculosis, for polio, or chickenpox, or diphtheria, or elephantiasis, or any of the previous pandemics that have occurred, including plague. It has taken decades and decades of hard work for coming out with the vaccine. And another few decades for it to be reaching out to the entire population of the globe. Sitting today, most of us have at least got the first dose, or some of us have got the second dose of the vaccine already, while we are just about a year and a half from the time the pandemic or COVID-19 was known to the world. How do you think this happened? This happened because of technological advancements and the use of advanced machine learning and artificial intelligence to simulate and test the vaccines to be rolled out in the fastest manner. The turnaround time has been the fastest. I've been talking to a few of my friends in the healthcare industry and also a few scientists in the pharma industry. And it is the access to the data that has made the difference in faster turnaround time and faster collaboration with humans to improvise and to improve the efficacy of the doses. Now, of course, we are still learning. The whole world is learning. But look at it and compare it with how technology, especially computer science, data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning has helped in bringing about the vaccine into the market as fast as probably a year. Right? Okay. So having said that, let's come to the smart city framework. It is to improve operational effectiveness. It is to create opportunities, promote flexibility, and reduce the risk. And how is technology helping us? I'll tell you how it is. This is how it helps. Data from any device gets collected, collated, consumed, and computed. Cross-domain information gets collated. That is when I connect the dots. It could be from smart lighting to smart water to smart flood management to smart traffic management to a whole lot of other things. And then having an access to the open ecosystem wherein I would have the APIs and other various different applications talking to each other. So at the base, I am talking about core data engine, which would talk to various different systems and bring about a meaning to all of that data, apply some algorithms, apply some machine learning onto it, identify some patterns, and then make use of it through a dashboard for the decision makers to decide what is to be done and how. Right? Now look at something like adaptive traffic management, which some of these smart cities are thinking of implementing, wherein you would not be waiting at any traffic signal for more than a minute, even in the busiest of the busiest time. If that could be implemented, that would be the best thing to happen when we talk about commuting in cities and increasing the traffic as we go ahead. Okay, IoT and AI architectural, I'll just demonstrate what I just spoke about. I want you to think about the various different elements that go into making a city smart. And IoT, ML, AI, and big data are playing a big role, and integration is the key. Now, when we talk about integration, that is where artificial intelligence and machine learning would play a role. And of course, data is the key for all various decision sciences, data aggregation, analytics, dashboarding, data visualization, and decision making. So I will just go ahead of this. Okay, now coming to computer vision. We have all had CCTVs installed in various different cities, into various different buildings and all places that we go. Now, what is happening? If you look at the picture, you have feeds coming in from thousands and thousands of CCTV cameras for surveillance. And what are these two guys doing? They're not even watching at it. Naturally, humans are not programmed to be watching or staring at a screen for a long time. That's true for all of us as well. We are not staring at the screen all the time, are we? No. What would happen if I miss out on something crucial in terms of an intrusion, in terms of a theft, or in terms of an attack? And if these guys are not looking at it, I miss out. Yes, if these two guys, or even if there are 100 guys, there is a chance of missing. And when we have humans, there is a chance of missing out, which is but natural. So this is one more area or one more segment which has huge potential for deploying machine learning and artificial intelligence through computer vision. And there's a lot of research that has happened, which is being used. So this is one aspect I wanted to talk about, the smart cars. From smart cities to smart cars. Gartner had said that by 2020, 1 in 5 cars on the road will be self-aware. Probably it is still not happened, but to a large extent it has happened. Let's look at it, which will be able to discern and share information on their mechanical health, their global position and status of their surroundings. Oh, okay. We're not talking about an entire completely connected and automated autonomous car. What they're saying is 1 in 5 cars on the road would have the intelligence system built into it, which is true even today. Most of the cars purchased in the last 5 years would have some intelligence system incorporated into it, which would help us in sharing the information on the mechanical health. So my service station would exactly know when the service is due and if there is any problem with any of the parts in my vehicle, which is true even today. So how has this happened? This has happened because there is a lot of intelligence that has been built through some of the IoT sensors and some compute and communication devices that have been put into the cars. That is what it says. A system of sensors, vehicle-to-vehicle communications, and computing power will lead to intelligent cars that interact with their owners. So each car comes with an app these days. And I would be able to monitor the simple things of the quality of the oil, not just the level, but the quality of the oil and probably the time from today to the time that I would need to change it, predictive maintenance, and stuff like that. Look at the numbers. The connected cars to the non-connected cars, the connected cars are almost 3 times that of the non-connected cars today. Global estimated connected cars shipment is close to 100 million, but we are talking about 69 being connected cars. 69 million, 69% of it being connected, which means to say that this is the future. And look at this. Self-driven cars could generate 1 gigabyte of data a second. Oh my goodness. This is something which is an opportunity. If my car, self-driven car, wherein I just sit and it takes me to the destination that I have told it to, it would generate 1 gigabyte of data a second. Oh my goodness, probably if I go on a distance of 20 minutes, you do the math and you know exactly what is the kind of data that it has generated. And this is leading to the artificial intelligence startups and the artificial intelligence companies coming out with ways and means in making sense of the data that is getting generated.